Quiet. Yeah, you. We're on the hunt for bears today here in Bearizona. That's right, we're in Williams, surrounded by 160 acres of the tallest ponderosa pines you could ever imagine. And we happen to be in the backyard of some bears, bobcats, longhorn sheep, and some other animals we're excited to meet. Adventure is calling the minute you pull into Bearizona. The first part of the trip is a wild ride through the park. And take it from us, you better lock the doors because you never know who may want to climb aboard. Today, we're getting the grand tour from Jocelyn Fisher.
And we're making our way through the drive-through portion of the park right now, and we're about to see our first animals.
Ooh, okay, so when we're talking animals, Bearizona, obviously we're gonna see lots of furry bears, but what else is out here?
Sure, we feature all North American wildlife. So a lot of these animals might even live in your area or in the backyard and you never see them. A lot of them are very elusive. We have all jacks in here, which are the males.
Yes.
I believe we have 8 or 9 of them in here. And these did come from a rescue down in Prescott. John
is getting a real up-close look at the burros. They're really taking a liking to John. Just so everybody at home knows, this is kind of an unconventional tour.
Yes.
We are seeing this through a totally different lens that no one has really ever viewed Bearizona through.
This is first time, even for me.
Just as we turn the corner, we approach a few large roadblocks in our path. Looks like it's lounge time for the bison, who are putting on a show for us as they cool off. And once they stumble upon something delicious, they let us on our way. Just up the road, we meet a small pack of Alaskan tundra wolves who are sizing us up. He's cute. But these pups just want to play. One of these guys is not like the other.
I know. One of our bighorn rams got over here. He's the darker of all of them. Doll sheep are pretty white. And he just loves it over here with these guys. We put him in with the bighorn already once today. He came back on over, so.
He feels more comfortable over here for whatever reason.
I don't know.
Now here is something I've never seen before. A white buffalo.
They're about 3 years old now, so they are still juveniles. And there's 1 big male to 3 females, so he's got himself a pretty good ratio.
Yeah, I would say so. Do you think they ever fight over him?
I don't know, they might, but they seem to all share him pretty nicely.
Up next, you don't want to blink because you might miss something. They almost look statuesque because they're not moving.
And they blend in so well. Here, we've recycled a bunch of scrap materials, old buses, trucks, containers, and then we spray concrete over them and make them look like these rocky structures.
And just when you thought it was safe to get out of your car, don't. Here come the black bears.
You know, this is one of our black bears.
He's handsome.
He is.
Tell me about one. I mean, you want to cry hearing about it, but what you guys have been able to do for her, tell us that story.
Cher Bear, our very first animal here at the park. She was rescued. She was actually someone's pet and treated very horribly, kept in a very small kennel, wasn't cared for, malnourished.
Yeah.
When we got her, when we let her out in the exhibit, she's never been on grass and dirt, so
she was kept in a cage.
She was. She just laid flat. She wasn't sure what this is all about, and within a few days she'd go further and further and further, and now she roams freely and has some bear buddies.
Bear companions?
Yeah.
Okay.
But sometimes she will go to a fence and pace because it's that, what she knows.
After saying bye-bye to our black bear friends, it's time to say hello to Sean Casey and his family, who started Bearizona just a year ago. For Sean, running a wildlife park is a family tradition, passed down from his dad, who started a park in South Dakota called Bear Country. What brought you guys out here?
Well, the main reason we looked at this area because Grand Canyon.
Right.
There's a lot of family vacations being taken here. The terrain here is very similar to up by Mount Rushmore. And all these animals are North American animals and they're native to this area. There is one weird one though that I'd never seen coming from South Dakota, and that was the javelina.
Right, yes.
So that's a new one to me.
Okay, so and the name, Bearizona, which I think is just brilliant. Jamie, that's all you?
That was me. That was basically my big contribution to the park. He's done all the hard work and I I just named it.
I have a feeling that that's not true, but so, okay, this has been open only a year, and like I was telling Jocelyn, it feels like this has been, you know, part of tradition in Arizona for a long time. It just has that established feel, and you have so many animals, and the entryway, and everything was just really kind of magical.
We really are happy with the city of Williams. That's the reason you can open a business in a year. Yeah, we've only been open a year, and the magical term I like because I love Disney.
Yeah.
We're not Disney, but I like a lot of the things Walt Disney did, so we like to have real classy exhibits.
And there's certainly a lot of Winnie the Poohs running around.
There is. You know, I saw one earlier, and I don't know where he went.
Where do you get most of your animals?
Well, about half come from rescue facilities. Most of our bears came from areas where the Game and Fish would take them away from maybe a shut-down zoo or someone who gets their permit pulled, or even just a guy who grabbed one out of the wild. Yeah. So a lot of those are rescue.
It's amazing to come out here every day and just interact with the animals and the fun tourists.
Mm-hmm. And what's your favorite animal, if you could narrow one down?
I'd say the raccoon.
Yeah, how come?
Because they're smart, probably the smartest animal here. I like the pig.
You like the pig? Okay, and how come?
Because my favorite animal is the pig, and they're so cute.
And they're really smart. Which just so happens to be one of my favorite animals, too. He likes it. He's so sweet. He's just a little squirming.
So when you're in the drive-through with those big animals, you know, you're several feet away, but here you can get right up close and see them just a few feet.
There.
Thanks
Let's
for
go
coming by.
play.
You better get going.
Okay, let's go before the park closes. I'm on it. You guys ready? Grant, you know the way, right, buddy? Yeah. Okay. But we stop in our tracks at the tree. It's time to meet the cubs. Look at them go.
We had our very first cub born here. We only had one this year. We named him Doc, which is after my dad, who passed away in 2000. He's kind of an interesting fella. And then two others we purchased from a facility, but then a fourth one we rescued from a place in Missouri. His name is Itty, and he was in a pretty bad situation. It was a zoo that was shut down in Missouri, and they really had nowhere to go, so we picked up 4 adults there and this little cub, and it was tiny, and it was almost dehydrated. And
yeah.
So that was back in January.
Oh my gosh. I want to take one home. Quick, grab your backpack. Make a run for it. Serious. Okay. While we didn't sneak away with any cubs, we got to frolic and play with peacocks, chickens, pigs, and kids of all kinds in the Fort Bearizona barnyard.
Goat bee.
Goat bee? Oh, look at him.
PJ.
PJ, and he's a, what kind of animal is he?
A guinea pig.
Yeah, so what can you tell me about the guinea pig?
He is Levi. He takes good care of it, and
They're real soft.
yeah,
And what do they eat?
they eat watermelon rinds. Because she runs a lot, and that's why I call her Mazda. She gets good leg mileage.
Good mileage. But there's still someone I've been waiting to meet. Annabelle, the white baby buffalo who is testing out my mothering skills. Woo! She's a spicy one. She's really strong, really hungry. Finally, I'm getting the hang of this. But I don't think it's time to quit my day job just yet. Here, let us translate. You're watching Destination Arizona at Bearizona.